Welcome back, everyone. We have an update from Intelligent Biosolutions, Inc., trades on the NASDAQ under the symbol INBS. It's a medical technology company delivering innovative, rapid, non-invasive testing solutions. Happy to welcome the CFO, Spiro Sakidis. Welcome, Spiro. How are you today?
Good, very good, Anna.
Wonderful. Well, in October, we spoke with President and CEO Harry Simonidis. So let's talk a little bit about you. Tell us about yourself and your role as CFO.
Yeah, thank you, Anna. My background, I've got a finance and legal background, and my work experience, I've got about 40 years experience. I know it's a long time. And basically, out of the last 40 years, I've spent 30 years in the accounting profession, advising businesses and doing IPOs and so forth. And then I've been involved in the life science sector for about 10 years now, and I've been with INBS since inception. And roles and responsibilities, I'm CFO there at INBS.
Okay, wonderful. Provide us an overview of your company's recent financial performance, if you can.
Yeah, sure. So recently, we released our Qs. Now we're a June year end. So we released our December Qs. And the results from that, we've had some pretty good financial results. So this is for the period ending 31 December 2023. Now, year-on-year revenue, we've had a growth of 114%. The 6 months, when you're comparing 6 months to 6 months, it was 337%. So things are very exciting there at the moment. The results are very encouraging. Look, they're strong when we compare them to the 2022 results, and we're continuing our focus on penetrating the target markets.
And talk about what your primary drivers are behind your company's revenue growth in 2023.
Yeah, the main drivers, that there's quite a few here. The main ones are that let's just look at the background of the industry first. And I've just got some stats here I'm just going to go through with you briefly. So we've had a 26% increase in worldwide drug usage over the last 10 years. Now, just recapping, our product is a product which screens for drug in the system and the ability fit for purpose for being at work. And it screens off basically the fingerprint and the sweat off the fingerprint. So with that background, 26% increase. Now, we have in there cannabis. Just give you some idea. In the world, there's 209 million cannabis users, and it's legalized in a lot of jurisdictions now. We've got 61 million opioid users, 34 million amphetamine users, and 20 cocaine users. So with that background, that's really taking its bite. And this is interesting. In the last 4 years, employees' impairment to work from drug influence rose from 8% to 10%. So that's 1 in 10. Statistically speaking, 1 in 10 people, 1 in 10, your bus drivers, driving kids to school, crane operators, heavy machinery operators, construction workers. These are a potential danger to colleagues they're working with and with the public as well too. So that in that background, the demand is there, which has been growing. Now, that's the background. With our product, it's it's a razor blade model. So what we have there, we've had a reader, that the customers have the reader and they have a cartridge, which is the razor, if you like, and the cartridge is the razor blade. So they take their test, pop the cartridge into the razor blade, and that's a biodegradable, disposable or recyclable plastic. Now, the more readers we have out there, you've got that cumulative growth on demand that happens. So the product sales, I'll just quickly run through some numbers with you on the product sales. So we've got in the 6 months compared to last year, we've had a 30% increase in cartridges, and we've had a 91% increase in readers. So we've got out there about 1,000 readers sitting out there at the moment, and in excess of 360 customers. And these are in the field: construction, logistics, and mining, which I believe is a sleeping giant, the mining industry. And new customers that we have recently, I'll just go quickly through the list. We've got VKVP Haulage, State Road Constructions, Titan Cranes and Rigging, P&O Ferries, and additionally, an existing customer, Orctus Management Group, has completed 25,000 intelligent fingerprinting tests. So the demand is there and growing steadily. And so really, with that background, it's more of an awareness of the impact that drugs are having into our workforce and the ability to work, and the understanding that we're offering an economical, non-invasive solution with our product.
Fantastic. You also recently announced news regarding a clinical study in partnership with Cliantha Research. So give us some details and an update on your FDA 510K pathway progress.
Great. Yep, sure. So what we've got there is Cliantha Research. They're a full-service clinical research organisation, and they'll be performing initially the pharmacokinetic study, or the PK study, which is part of our 510K FDA pathway. The PK study will consist of this. So we'll be recruiting initially 40 healthy adult subjects, and what will happen is, under the Institutional Review Board and Ethic Committee approved, they will be comparing the amounts of opioids in the fingerprint sweat versus blood, versus oral fluids, and versus urine specimens. And what will then happen is this screening is expected to take place. It's really kicking off as we're talking now. So we're saying March and April 24 to do the recruiting, and then the study's expected to begin in May 2024. We expect the analysis, the results, to be completed by the end of June 2024.
Wonderful. It's just around the corner. What are some key upcoming catalysts and milestones that investors should monitor and be on the lookout for?
So what we have there, we're currently seeking FDA approval for the US commercial use. Now, just to give you some background here, with the product itself, in a lot of other jurisdictions overseas, in the UK market, the European market, a lot of the Asian countries, in Australia and so forth, there's no separate approval required by the bodies. It's a screening device, so the regulatory bodies, because it's got the CE marking, they're basically happy that we go off there and use it. In the US, being a bit different, we're requiring FDA approval for US commercial use. Now, the US market's a large market. That's a $4 billion market, and the upcoming milestones, and there's planning. The upcoming milestones we have here is the results of the PK study, which is anticipated at the end of Q2. Now, the method comparison, comparing the predicate device, and that'll be the next step of the testing. This method comparison will be targeting 100 subjects, and it's anticipated in Q3. So we'll be comparing this to a predicate device to show basically the accuracy of our product. Now, then after that, or at the same time, we'll have the usability study, and that will involve 15 operators, 45 subjects, and that's anticipated in Q3. And the objective of that study is to be showing the ease of use of the product. Then, with all that data, so from those three components that we have, we're then anticipating then to get all the data together and then be submitting to the FDA under the 510K rules to get the approval to release the product for commercial use in the US. And so we'll be planning to submit that to the FDA towards the end of the year, and then looking at the launch sometime in about the first half of next year. Now, in the meantime, so we've got lots of work happening there and lots of news events that we'll be releasing as at the same time, prior to the submission, we're going to be looking to appoint a distributor leader in the US. So once we get the approval from the FDA, then we'll be ready to hit the ground running to be entering the US market. And this is in an area where we have traditionally the market is dominated by saliva testing and urine testing. And by comparison, our product is a lot simpler to use, more hygienic, less invasive. It's basically putting your fingers, your 10 digits on the cartridge and getting the reading, popping it into the reader, and 10 minutes, you've got your results. There's no needing of collecting specimens, disposing of specimens, etc., going through all that. So that's what we're very excited about, launching this into the US, into that large market once we get the approval. And then in the meantime, we're working on the other markets that we've got presence in. So UK market has been our initial market that we've been working on, and that will continue to grow. And typically our customers that we found are in the areas of logistics, transport, construction, and that heavy industry, blue collar, where you've got the risk of workers being under the influence and working from there. Then we have expanding into Europe, Latin America, continuing with our APAC expansion. We've just basically started. That's the Australia, Asian, Pacific region, and the Middle East. So we'll be continuing with all those markets, expanding into those markets whilst we're preparing and waiting for the FDA.
Well, such important technology you have here, Spiro. We are finished with this update, but I want to give you about a minute to close up for our viewers watching.
Great. Okay. So basically with the viewers, so generally moving forward, so we've got some pretty exciting times happening moving forward. We're very excited about this product. If you track us on the stock exchange, INBS is the ticker code. Just you'll see us that as we have announcements, we have days with crazy volumes. So we've got there that there's a lot of interest, a lot of people following this product, and we look forward to be releasing more news and communicating with the markets as we progress forward.
Wonderful. Well, we hope you come back on the conference with some more updates. Great work. Thank you so much for your time today.
Great. Thank you very much, Anna.
Okay, everyone, stay with us. We'll be back.